From the dawn of consciousness, humans have yearned for freedom. We yearn to break free from constraints. We long to explore the boundless realms of possibility. This deep-seated desire for liberation is not merely a political or social aspiration. It's a fundamental human pursuit. This pursuit is woven into the very fabric of our being. This essay explores the fascinating intersection of metaphysics and liberation. Metaphysics, in its essence, grapples with the fundamental nature of reality. It asks big questions. What does it mean to exist? What is the nature of the self? How do we acquire knowledge? The answers to these questions have profound implications for how we understand liberation. Our understanding of reality, knowledge, and ethics shapes our journey toward freedom. This journey is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is a transformative process. Throughout history, philosophers and theologians have contemplated the nature of liberation. They have offered diverse perspectives on how we can break free from the shackles that bind us. From Socrates' relentless questioning to Plato's pursuit of ideal forms, from Aristotle's emphasis on virtue to Kant's exploration of reason, the quest for liberation has been a recurring theme in Western thought. This essay embarks on a journey through the annals of philosophy. We will explore the insights of these great thinkers. Our journey will not be confined to the dusty halls of academia. We will venture into the realm of practical application. We will see how the metaphysics of liberation can empower us to create a more just and compassionate world. By understanding the interconnectedness of all things, and by embracing the transformative power of knowledge and ethical action, we can pave the way for a future where liberation is not a distant dream, but a lived reality.
A student of Socrates, I believed in a realm of perfect, eternal forms. These forms, such as justice, beauty, and truth, exist independently of our physical world. They represent the ultimate reality. Our souls have innate knowledge of these forms. We can access this knowledge through reason and contemplation. For me, liberation involves transcending the limitations of our physical existence and aligning ourselves with the eternal truths of the forms.
As Plato's student, I offered a different perspective on reality. I emphasized the importance of the material world and the process of becoming. I believed that everything in nature has the potential to actualize its inherent purpose, or telos. Liberation for me involves fulfilling our potential as rational beings by cultivating virtues such as courage, wisdom, and justice.
Centuries later, I revolutionized Western philosophy with my critique of pure reason. I argued that our minds are not passive recipients of information. They actively shape our experience of reality. I proposed that we perceive the world through mental structures or categories such as space, time, and causality. These categories are not inherent in the world itself. They are fundamental to how we experience it. My ideas have profound implications for understanding liberation. If our minds shape our reality, then transforming our thinking can transform our experience of freedom.
The Unity School of Christianity, a modern spiritual tradition, offers a unique perspective on the nature of reality. It emphasizes the fundamental unity of all creation. Unity teaches that we are all expressions of the divine, imbued with inherent goodness and unlimited potential. Liberation in this context involves recognizing our divine nature and aligning ourselves with the universal principles of love, wisdom, and power.
Ethics plays a crucial role in the pursuit of liberation. Our actions have consequences. They can either perpetuate suffering or contribute to a more just and compassionate world. By understanding the principles of ethical conduct, we can make choices that align with our values and move us closer to a state of freedom.
My virtue ethics provides a framework for ethical decision-making. I believe that the goal of human life is eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or living well. We achieve eudaimonia by cultivating virtues. These virtues are character traits that enable us to live in accordance with reason and fulfill our potential as human beings. Some examples of Aristotelian virtues include courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom.
Thomas Aquinas, a prominent theologian and philosopher of the 13th century, integrated Aristotle's ideas into a Christian framework. Aquinas argued that God, as the ultimate source of goodness and reason, has implanted within us a natural law that guides us toward moral behavior. This natural law can be understood through reason and is reflected in our conscience. For Aquinas, liberation involves aligning our will with God's will by living in accordance with the natural law.
In my groundwork of the metaphysics of morals, I proposed a deontological approach to ethics. I argued that the morality of an action is not determined by its consequences, but by the intention behind it. I formulated the categorical imperative, a moral principle that I believed should guide all human action. The categorical imperative states that we should act only according to that maxim, whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. In other words, we should only act in ways that we would want everyone else to act.
The concept of the soul and its journey toward liberation has been a central theme in many philosophical and spiritual traditions. My allegory of the cave, for instance, depicts the soul's ascent from ignorance to enlightenment. In this allegory, prisoners are chained in a cave, forced to watch shadows projected on the wall. They mistake these shadows for reality. One prisoner escapes the cave and emerges into the sunlight. He sees the world as it truly is. This prisoner's journey represents the soul's liberation from the darkness of ignorance into the light of knowledge.
The Unity School of Christianity views the soul's journey as a process of spiritual unfoldment. According to Unity teachings, our souls are constantly evolving, moving toward greater awareness and expression of our divine potential. This journey involves releasing limiting beliefs, cultivating positive thoughts and emotions, and aligning ourselves with the principles of spiritual truth.
Aquinas, following Christian tradition, believed that the soul's ultimate destination is union with God. He described three theological virtues, faith, hope, and love, as essential for this journey. Faith, for Aquinas, is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hope is the confident expectation of divine union and the divine help required to attain it. Love, the greatest of the theological virtues, is to will the good of another.
Socrates famously declared, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He believed that true knowledge lies in questioning our assumptions, challenging our beliefs, and seeking deeper understanding.
Socratic questioning, a method of inquiry that involves posing a series of questions to stimulate critical thinking and expose contradictions, is a powerful tool for liberation. By questioning our beliefs, we free ourselves from the grip of dogma and open ourselves to new possibilities.
Kant's concept of enlightenment emphasizes the importance of reason and critical thinking in achieving liberation. Kant defined enlightenment as man's emergence from his self-imposed immaturity. He believed that we achieve enlightenment by daring to think for ourselves, freeing ourselves from the shackles of tradition and authority, and embracing the power of reason.
Aristotle's emphasis on practical wisdom, or phronesis, provides a framework for applying knowledge in a way that leads to liberation. Phronesis involves making sound judgments in complex situations, taking into account both universal principles and particular circumstances. It is the ability to discern the right course of action in the pursuit of the good life.
The metaphysics of liberation is not merely an abstract philosophical concept. It has profound implications for how we live our lives, interact with others, and shape the world around us. By integrating these philosophical insights into our daily experiences, we can cultivate a life of meaning, purpose, and freedom. One practical application of the metaphysics of liberation is in the realm of community empowerment. By recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every individual, we can create communities that are built on principles of justice, equality, and respect. This involves challenging systems of oppression, advocating for the marginalized, and working to create a society where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Another important area where the metaphysics of liberation can be applied is in the pursuit of environmental justice. By understanding our interconnectedness with the natural world, we can make choices that promote the well-being of both humanity and the planet. This includes advocating for sustainable practices, protecting our environment from degradation, and ensuring that all people have access to clean air, water, and land. Section 7, Community and Liberation, Finding Freedom Together. The pursuit of liberation is not a solitary endeavor. Our lives are interconnected. Our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves. By working together, we can create a more just and compassionate world where everyone has the opportunity to experience freedom. Community plays a vital role in the pursuit of liberation. It provides a space for us to come together, share our stories, support one another, and work collectively for social change. When we feel connected to others who share our values and aspirations, we're more likely to feel empowered to act, to speak out against injustice, and to create a better world. The principles of the metaphysics of liberation can guide our efforts to build strong and resilient communities. By recognizing the inherent dignity and worth of every individual, we can create communities that are inclusive, equitable, and just. We can work to dismantle systems of oppression that prevent some members of our communities from thriving. We can create opportunities for everyone to reach their full potential. Section 8. Environmental justice, liberating our planet, liberating ourselves. The pursuit of liberation extends beyond the human experience. It encompasses our relationship with the natural world. Environmental justice recognizes the interconnectedness of all beings and the importance of protecting our planet for generations to come. The degradation of our environment disproportionately impacts marginalized communities. These communities often bear the brunt of pollution, climate change, and other environmental hazards. The metaphysics of liberation calls us to action. We must address these injustices and work towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all. By embracing practices that promote environmental sustainability, we not only protect our planet, but also create a more just and liberated world for all its inhabitants. We can find freedom from the consequences of environmental degradation. This is a shared responsibility. We all must do our part to create a more sustainable future. Section 9. Spiritual practices, cultivating inner freedom. The journey toward liberation is not only an external one, but also an internal one. Spiritual practices offer tools for cultivating inner freedom. They help us to connect with our deepest selves, to transcend limiting beliefs, and to experience a sense of peace and wholeness. Meditation, prayer, mindfulness, and other contemplative practices can help us to quiet the mind, connect with our inner wisdom, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. These practices can help us to detach from negative thoughts and emotions. They allow us to experience the present moment more fully. By cultivating inner freedom, we become more resilient in the face of challenges. We are better able to respond to life's ups and downs with grace and equanimity. This inner freedom is essential for creating lasting change in the world around us.
Indeed, this inner journey is as important as any external struggle. By nurturing our spirit, we lay the groundwork for a more harmonious and liberated world.
Section 10. Conclusion. Embracing the journey of liberation. The metaphysics of liberation offers a profound framework for understanding our place in the cosmos. It guides us toward a more just and compassionate world. By exploring the nature of reality, knowledge, and ethics, we can unlock our potential for freedom. We can create a world where all beings can thrive, from Socrates' relentless questioning to Plato's pursuit of ideal forms, from Aristotle's emphasis on virtue to Kant's exploration of reason. The quest for liberation has been a recurring theme in human thought. This essay has woven together these diverse philosophical perspectives. It has shown how they can be applied in modern contexts. The journey toward liberation is not a destination. It is an ongoing process of growth, transformation, and engagement with the world around us. By embracing the principles of the metaphysics of liberation, we can embark on a path of personal and collective transformation. This path leads toward a future where freedom is not a distant dream, but a lived reality.